Greetings, YouTube. I imagine anyone who's seeing this video has at one time in their lives been to a restaurant. You walk in, you get a table, you order your meal, you enjoy your meal. And all around you in that room are other people doing the same thing, sitting at their tables, enjoying their meals. And everyone just gets along. There are no fights, there is no screaming, there are no pointing and yelling at each other, saying that one person is eating the wrong kinds of foods. And I'd be even shocked if all the people sitting at the table you're at are eating the same foods. What I'm discussing here is pluralism, the concept that people can come together to a communal activity, do it in different ways, and yet get along peaceably. And that's what this book, Beyond Tolerance, by Gustav Niebuhr, is all about. Except it's not about the pluralism of cuisine. It's about the pluralism of faith. The idea that people of faith, even from radically different concepts of what faith is, or no faith at all in the case of atheists, can live together, can cohabitate peacefully, without killing each other, without enacting laws that restrict the freedoms of each other, of just allowing each other to live, to worship or not worship. Something beyond minimum tolerance. Not conversion, not the concept that, all gods are one source, or, there's a universal faith out there and we all need to work towards it. No, that each individual faith is unique, but that they all can function in a world where all the others exist, and where all the others are viewed as unique in their own right as well. Now, this is something that a lot of people are going to have a hard time with, because in today's world, unfortunately, religion is used every single day by politicians and political leaders. Because I do see the difference between those two. Used every day to enact atrocities and violence against each other. Now, why I say politicians and political leaders? Politicians are people that have been voted into power. Politicians, they're people who have political power for any number of reasons. Now, a lot of these people are the leaders of religions. That doesn't mean that they're religious leaders. It means that they are people with political power who use religions for their own political ends. And in this regard, they are the problem, not the solution. This harkens back to my general distaste for organized religion. Okay, let's be honest. I hate organized religion. I always have. I'm always going to. It isn't the individual worshippers that I have a problem with. It's the fact that they cede authority to a figurehead, to a political leader who is in charge of their faith, which is why I fully endorse the concept that each individual human needs to be in charge of their own spiritual beliefs. But we can't get around this. People like to form tribes, and they form tribes along political and religious lines, ethnic lines, cultural lines. They just like to form tribes, folks. And some of these political leaders use religion as a means to get things done in a way that they want them done. In America, we have people that are using Christianity to drive people towards a worldview that we're at war with the Muslims. In the Muslim world, we have imams and politicians using Islam to convince the Muslims that they're at war with Christians and Jews. But in actuality, it isn't the religions that are the problem here. It's the people that are using the religions. Because just as you can use a faith to justify murdering someone, you can just use that faith to justify loving them, to feeling compassion for them, to aiding and assisting and being in cooperation with them and living alongside them in peace. But there isn't a lot of power in that. There isn't a lot of authority in that. But what I liked about this book is this is an important book. It's a hopeful book. And it's something that we have in horribly short supply in the world today is hope. And I am as guilty of the next person, because I many times feel extremely depressed and cynical about the nature of the world and interactions between people, particularly along religious lines. You have no idea how many fights I get into on almost a daily basis because of the comments in my videos and other videos I watch on YouTube. I'm constantly having to defend people and tell people that they're bigots or they're doing things in a way that hurts others every single day. It's confrontational, and there are times I don't want to be confrontational. But sometimes you have to fight the fight because it's there, not because you want to. And I don't have a problem with individual people that believe in anything they want to believe in, as long as they're not hurting someone else. But I do have a problem with a lot of leadership. And this book is hopeful in the fact that some of these leaders, usually not the top leaders, have shown that they can get along, they can cooperate, they can live side by side in peace, that it's possible. Christians, Jews, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, you have it, you name it. It's conceivable. And if we can conceive of it, if we can believe in it, then it is possible. Then it can be obtained. It can be achieved. And I know that there are going to be atheists who are probably going to chime in on this and say that they feel that the problem is religion. Well, religion's here. Faith is here. It's going to be with us forever. So unless we learn to live with it and work with it and incorporate it into our lives in a healthy way, we're all in a lot of trouble. Because even if I were to snap my fingers and make every faith and every memory of every faith disappear in a heartbeat, tomorrow there would be new faiths. I would be looking for my gods. Even if you erased the memory from my mind, I would know that they had been there once. That the need that helped me find them the first time is going to return. But this book helped. This book showed me that there are people who are trying, that interfaith connections can be made. So I encourage everyone out there, no matter what faith you are, find a copy of this and read it. It could help you. And if nothing else, it'll show you the way that there is, in fact, an ability to live in peace.